2 years since the destruction of the Destiny Ascension, planning for the fleet of the new Allied Citadel Defense Unit have reached another impasse. The Asari Republics has ceded its share of defense responsibility to the Turian hierarchy. The Human Alliance maintains a majority share of forces. The Turian hierarchy has announced that it will not limit its dreadnought production to previous totals. Citing an increased need for security in the wake of the deaths of previous council members, the Turian military intends to increase defense production. Representatives of the new human-led council had no comment. Investigators on Noveria have uncovered troubling data from the wreckage of Peak 15. Researchers there may have been cloning Rachni genetic material. Fortunately, according to council representatives, the experiment produced no living Rachni. The Kaden Alenko Memorial Scholarship has begun sending gifted human biotics to the Ascension Project for care and training. Alenko, a graduate of the controversial Biotic Acclimation and Temperance Training Project, sacrificed his life to help stop Saren on Vermeer. Later today, we interview Councillor Udina. This relentless advocate for humanity has ruffled some feathers and has no plans to stop. Tune in and learn what the man the Turian hierarchy called a diplomatic incident waiting to happen has to say about humanity's role in galactic affairs. An independent inquiry is investigating a group known as Cerberus in light of charges made by one Corporal Toombs and testimony by an apparent Cerberus scientist. A researcher known only as Dr. Wayne has been promised immunity and has suggested Cerberus may also be tied to the death of Admiral Kohoku several years ago. Tensions between non-biotic and biotic humans are growing. A new poll shows that 40% of non-biotic humans support mandatory registration of all humans with biotic ability. Biotic extremists are growing in number as well. Criminal biotic attacks have increased, and a former Alliance Major Kyle even attempted to start an all-biotic colony. Alliance officials have secured a valuable mining facility on Nonuel. The base had once belonged to a criminal warlord known only as Darius. After Darius died several years ago, a number of factions tried and failed to claim the mining center. Celebrations are planned across Terra Nova for the upcoming anniversary of the thwarted terrorist attack on the colony. Former hostage Kate Bowman is expected to read a thank you message to Alliance soldiers who rescued her. The Batarian terrorist responsible for the attack on the colony, known only as Balak, remains at large. Sources say that the Asari Shaira, more commonly known as the Consort, may be leaving the Citadel after years of bad press and rumors of intelligence leaks. The Shepherd Scholarship has gone into effect, targeting low-income children on Earth, where the most famous human in the galaxy allegedly had a difficult childhood. The scholarships have allowed several dozen young men and women to leave gangs and join the military or enroll in school. The colony of Mindwar has won the right to use Commander Shepard's likeness on its colonial seal. The commander's family was killed in a slaver attack, but Shepard has maintained ties to the colony. Protesters have again attempted to extinguish the Shepard Memorial flame on Torfin. Authorities issued warnings, but Admiral Hackett asked that no arrests be made. The recent attack on Horizon has other Council species looking to their own security. The Turian fleet is reportedly bolstering its crew complement, while the Solarian Special Tasks Group is reportedly investigating the colony attacks. Some human politicians are suggesting that Turian militants, angry after losing control of the Citadel, are behind attacks on Horizon and other human colonies. When asked for comment, a Turian government representative stated, "The humans have seized power. The responsibility is theirs." Shepard Memorial Plaza on Elysium was voted this year's hottest wedding location. Under Admiral Hackett's orders, money raised from wedding fees goes to funds for Alliance veterans. A source reports that the attack on the human colony of Freedom's Progress is being investigated as a possible terrorist attack by dissidents from former Council races. While no formal statement has been issued, the Council has made formal information requests of the Solarian Special Tasks Group. Is the Shadow Broker's criminal empire collapsing? CSEC officials detected emergency transactions from businesses tied to the mysterious figure. Financial broker Bar Levon, linked as a possible Shadow Broker source, was recently found dead. Authorities suspect that this is just the tip of the iceberg. Alliance listening posts report new ship activity at the edges of Geth space. Geth ships appear to be migrating into clusters, pending a possible migration or attack. Alliance vessels are reinforcing border clusters as a precautionary measure. Eldfell Ashland is investigating reports of sabotage at a facility in the Solveig system after an attack on the facility killed all members. A solar storm erupting from Solveig annihilated the facility. A malfunctioning magnetic field generator left the colony vulnerable to the deadly solar radiation. Certa Foundation is likely to close by the end of this fiscal year. The Foundation never recovered from a deadly attack by biotic extremists on one of its medical centers 2 years ago. Commander Shepard. She uncovered Saren's plan, defeated the Geth army, and died in the final days of the fight. Or did she? Witnesses report seeing her alive on Omega. Further sightings of Shepard place her on Horizon during the recent attack there. Council officials deny that Shepard is alive, or that she is still working covertly as a Spectre. Emotions at Shepard's rumored survival are mixed. While some are overjoyed to see her return, others believe her false death was a betrayal. According to sources, whatever former Commander Shepard is doing, it involves surrounding herself with criminals, killers, mercenaries, and other dangerous elements. We at Galactic News hope that Commander Shepard consents to give us an interview and explain where she's been, and what she's doing.
A skycar accident has claimed the life of tourist Conrad Werner, who attempted to capture transient youths hitching a ride on the top of a bus. The would-be hero fell from the bus, struck several passing cars, and eventually fell into the power turbine of a biomass recycling facility. Members of Eclipse mercenary band are facing tough questions after violence erupted at a gang-controlled warehouse. Detective Anaya, assigned to the case, has requested formal sanctions against the group. Local trader Pitney Ford decried the fighting as a danger to honest businessmen all across Ilium.
Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. Despite harsh criticism from the interstellar community, the Batarian hegemony has refused to stop production of their new orbital mirror system. The quick-deploying arrays can be used for terraforming, but observers fear they could be corrupted for use as weapons of mass destruction. The Systems Alliance maintains that the Batarians must abandon the project before talks on loosening the hegemony's trade sanctions can begin. In related news, the Alliance has deployed a battle group under the dreadnought Everest to the area for routine maneuvers. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. In a stunning move, forces of the Systems Alliance have launched a raid into Batarian space. The Normandy-class stealth frigate SSV Ein Jalut dropped a Marine N-7 Special Forces team on the Batarian colony world of Kai Marak. The team destroyed a plant that manufactured controversial Batarian solar arrays. The Alliance has admitted a dozen civilian deaths. Hegemony sources place the death toll at nearly 100. In a sternly worded statement, Alliance Councillor Udina noted that the Alliance's policy is to respond to direct threats with decisive action. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. The Council Diplomatic Office reports that the Batarian hegemony has agreed to cease production of their orbital mirror system. This breakthrough comes after several weeks of tense backroom diplomacy between Asari mediators and the hegemony government. To compensate the Batarians for the lost production, the Council has agreed to lift some restrictions on trade with the Batarian state. In a prepared statement, Alliance Councillor Udina denounced the agreement as an example of the Council's willingness to negotiate with a terrorist state. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. Word has reached Council space of a massive raid against the Taidani pirate ring in the Terminus systems. An Alliance fleet centered on the cruiser Istanbul executed a crushing attack against what authorities describe as the main anchorage of the pirates. Anonymous sources within the Presidium assert that the raid was launched based on information linking the Taidani to the survey ship Callan High. The Callan High was declared overdue and missing several weeks ago. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. Authorities in the Presidium admit they've reached a dead end in the search for the Solarian surveyor starship Callan High. The Callan High was declared overdue more than a month ago. At first, officials believed the Taidani pirates were involved. Alliance naval forces executed a surprise raid against their headquarters in the Terminus systems. Latest reports indicate that while some of the crew were shipped to Omega as slaves, most cannot be accounted for. The official statement from the Naval Office states that the Taidani found the crew in ejected life pods and were not responsible for the attack. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. The Systems Alliance 5th Fleet has begun its planned tour of the Attican Traverse region. The The fleet, centered around the dreadnought Orizaba under Admiral Stephen Hackett, will stop in various systems over the next 3 months. Critics in the Asari Republics accuse the alliance of gunboat diplomacy. A spokesperson noted, the Treaty of Ferrixon defines dreadnoughts as weapons of mass destruction. Their inclusion in a frontier cruise is provocative. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. The Alliance 5th Fleet's tour of the Attican Traverse continues today with a stop at the Volus colony at Potavig in the Macedon system. Potavig was granted to the Vol Protectorate in exchange for Volus support in a key council vote 2 years ago. The Turian hierarchs have declared the fleet's visit irresponsibly provocative. The Vol Independence Party has organized several political rallies. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. The Alliance 5th Fleet has concluded its tour of the Attican Traverse with a stop at the contested planet Ilos. Officials from the Solarian Union maintain that their paleotech research teams will continue despite the Alliance's gunboat diplomacy. Spokesman Aaron Ledra said, "The Prothean runes of Ilos are a heritage for the entire galaxy. We do not recognize the Alliance's claim on the planet." Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. Officials in the Systems Alliance remain tight-lipped about the recent disaster on the pioneer colony of Freedom's Progress. The human outpost is believed to have been destroyed, with no survivors on record. Details are sketchy due to a news blackout. As before in such cases, the human representative to the Council has requested an official investigation. This was rejected by a 3-4 vote in session. The Council maintains the matter is an internal Alliance issue. Councillor Valor noted, having a seat on the Council implies a species can handle its own problems and assist others with theirs. Alliance Councillor Udina's frank response cannot be broadcast due to local ordinances. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. Horizon has become the latest and largest human-settled world to disappear in the wave of lost colonies. Alliance Councillor Udina made a statement to the press that the Council fleet would be utilized in an ongoing investigation. The Councillor categorically denied the assignment of a Spectre to investigate the situation. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. The body of human businessman Elias Kellum was found drifting outside an airlock during third watch. CSEC investigators report that they have no leads. Kellum's advocate, Frederick Mazai, has announced his intention to file a lawsuit over the incident. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. CSEC has reported the death of Joram Talid, a candidate for the intendant post on Zakera Ward. Talid was found in his home, a victim of homicide. An investigation is ongoing. In other CSEC news from Zakera Ward, the body of Mikkel Kushner, a human transient, was found drifting outside an airlock during third watch. The death of Kushner, known as Mouse to residents of Zakera Ward, has been ruled accidental by CSEC. Welcome to Citadel Newsnet. I'm Emily Wong. CSEC is reporting the arrest of one Lantar Sidonis after a dramatic confession. According to eyewitness reports, Sidonis walked into a CSEC kiosk and confessed to the murder of 10 people on Omega. CSEC is reviewing the case, as Omega is beyond the scope of council authority. Executor Chelik maintains it is impossible to extradite Sidonis for his crimes since Omega has no government.